but you don't hear the mouse clicks.
Okie dokie. Tape is rolling, boys and girls.
Why would you be doing that already? Still have 20 seconds.
Because I've got to have that rolling so I can do 15 other things to get us live on the radio. Is that okay? Yeah, this stuff doesn't run itself, you know.
Yeah, it does. What?
Quiet on the sit.
Excuse me. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. Ain't no other freaking better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than the dynamic duo of Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
That's right. Bringing you our own brand of news right here inside Shroud Avatar 5 days a week for your viewing and listening pleasure. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to today's show. Thank you very much. Please take your seats.
So Laz, what do we have planned today?
Same thing we have planned every day, Jackie. Try and take over the world. Not a damn thing. Not a single scripted word. Nothing whatsoever on the plate. That's not true. Of course, we got all sorts of stuff. But that is right. This is the only daily talk show inside Shroud Avatar that is unscripted, is live, invites you, the audience, to come on in and join us 5 days a week. You can go out to nbnn.info and come right on in. You can go to twitch.tv/NBNN News or twitch.tv/Cynicist. Just Cynicist, right? It's been
just
so long.
Cynicist. Cynicist. I know, it's like so hard to remember my channel's name.
Hey, sometimes
Cynicist.
I just say NBNN. I forget it's NBNN News on Twitch. You know, it's just we've shortened.
Not my fault. You're the person that named all the channels.
Hey, had I knew what I was doing when I first started doing this, I probably would have put a little bit better thought into the name. Okay, of course, NBNN has become the place for news here in Shrouded Avatar. You got to admit. Over the last 2 years, if you want to find out what's really going on in the game, what the pulse of the game is, you come see us, you hang out with us. We tell you what's going on. We give you the lowdown. We talk about those things that nobody else wants to talk about. That's right.
Most of it off the air.
That's not true. Come on.
Okay, some of it on the air.
Even Lord British admitted that, you know, we bring up those topics that just... You know, and we get that dialogue going, you know. Sometimes somebody's got to be the guy who sits out there and screams, "It's raining! Give me an umbrella, will you?"
Well, it is raining men around here.
Yeah.
It's like... other than Mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hello.
It's a sausage fest around here.
Yeah. But
it usually is.
Well, yeah,
depends
par
on
for the course around here.
Now.
Hey! I can't do the pew-pews until I go pick up drugs.
Yeah. Is funny thing. I saw a T-shirt, and I gotta remember where I saw this. I know where I saw it. It was some some NRA video. But you know those T-shirts that say like "Thug Life." Well, this was Pew Pew Life, for the NRA. I said, Jack awesome. Needs that T-shirt.
Yeah, just because Jack plays a few too many Pew Pew games.
Yeah, well,
when he's not playing Shroud of the Avatar.
I remember when I met Jack had ammo all over his desk too. So
and guns.
Aside from playing Pew Pew games, he would go to the range and go pew 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 a couple thousand times. A
couple thousand rounds in a day.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah, I can hit a target.
But anyway,
I can hit the broadside of a barn
from the inside.
At 7 meters.
But of course, yes. What do we have in store today? Of course, we have the AMA questions from yesterday.
Yeah, we also have a new announcement about something that's going to happen tomorrow on Seed Invest.
I had not seen that yet.
I'd tell you about that, but you don't know anything about it.
I don't, say the truth.
Then after that, I even linked it inside of the channel.
I'm
3 minutes ago.
I'm doing 3 and 4 and 5 other things right now, getting all this other stuff updated.
There's a reason that sometimes we're a little slow to get to the Twitch comments.
Yes, there is, because we're always doing other things. What's going on in Twitch today?
And hide Botox.
Botox, how you doing, buddy?
Oh. And Justin wants everybody to know she's sitting in a training class with her earbuds snuck in.
Oh yeah,
and so if you really want to get her in trouble, call the guy sitting next to her. His number is was it?
No, what you got to do now is we got to do our best to make her laugh out loud while she's sitting in the middle of.
We need to do something to make her snort. Just to make it a little bit funnier.
We can talk about the bird.
We can talk about what we were talking about before the show, but after we do the stand-up corner, because I think it's kind of funny.
Oh, what that post?
No. The picture that you were talking about. The press badge.
The nitpick.
Okay, yeah. So moving right along, we do have a stand-up corner from yesterday or something like that. What day is today? Today is Wednesday, so we're looking for Taco Tuesdays, which is on page 51.
New page. 51. Post 1001.
Yeah, don't forget that the stand-up corner is where they say, hey, I worked on this yesterday, I'm working on this today. Something random gets written down and then eventually gets posted to the forums and we get to interpret it. So this is Taco Tuesdays stand-up corner. Tuesdays. Don't forget, today is Hump Day, Wednesday, unless you're watching this a few days from now.
Unless you're watching what replays, that's right. Then we have no clue what day you're watching.
Yeah, so over in the art department, Bob the Builder.
Cult of Bob.
He's trying to figure out, how do you lay down naked on the grand piano properly?
Because a certain diva demands that she can just flaunt herself on top of the piano.
Well, yes. maybe it would be Eclipse Maiden that wants to dance on top of the piano and lay down and lounge around, and as someone is tickling the ivories, she wants to do something. I don't know. I have no idea. I heard that she does enjoy the nimble fingers.
Yes, well, she likes that. She wants to be able to put the piano on the nude beach is really what she wants
Oh,
to do.
okay. Well, that too.
This way she
Yeah,
can
Damon-
feel that right up against her skin.
Damon's work on the Isle of Storms visual effects polish and Lunar Rift updates.
Lunar Rifts. That's right. And if you guys did
Lunar
not
Rifts,
catch the update the other
yeah.
day, that's right. There are going to be a bunch of new Lunar Rifts. I believe it's going to be 5 showing up throughout the world. We tried to get some information on that, but mum's the word. I tried getting it out of Chris during Tech Talk Tuesday yesterday, and his answer was, somebody knows where they're going, but I don't. So we're just going to have to stay tuned.
I think that's a Lord British and Star decision, and that from there, they're just trying to work it out.
Well, I was
Kevin,
trying to figure. Well, we'll talk about that after. Let's get the stand-up knockdown.
We got a lot of stuff to do today, man.
Well, we'll
and it's like derailing the train with something that we don't know much about, other than the fact that they're going to add a bunch more lunar rifts. They're going to add some. We don't know where. Don't know what. They don't have a complete plan yet either.
I figured we would look for places that had the fairy rings and go, that would probably be the most likely point.
Hey, I got a fairy ring for you.
Yeah, well, I heard that hurt too.
Maybe. Wouldn't you like to know?
No.
It's in my car.
Move
Kevin,
right along.
Kevin working on Boreas. Boreas. And asset review.
He said, asset and Boreas.
I know, there's a lot of ass there. Then the almighty Gix Vargatch, Matt. He's still trying to make sure that the pets are able to get away from Led Zepp with the dancing pet bugs.
Bug.
They keep on leashing back to him, so he's trying to break it.
Yeah.
And I know, it's so weird. And the bludgeon weapon skill animations.
Yeah, it's like
He's
the
trying to work
Free the
once.
Fawns Foundation, which was also brought up in the AMA. Couple interesting answers, some really interesting questions out there, by the way. We'll get to that.
I know. Scrota does need more funds for the.
Now, was that you, Scrota?
The fawn recovery.
The Fawn Rescue Fund?
Yeah,
right.
Was that you in the AMA?
Yeah.
That was.
I says, that gotta be Scrota. He wasn't under Scrota as the name, but I says, that, and the answer to that question was absolutely too much fun from Lum. So we'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah, that was
Yeah. Then after that, Reed is working on mailboxes and bulletin board systems.
Woohoo!
He's trying to take us straight back to the 1987 with the BBSs.
The BBS system.
And then general business. What's Liz saying in game?
What happened?
The lunar rifts are being placed in areas of high traffic, i.e. Laz's mom's house.
That's
Love it.
convenient.
I know. It's like, who doesn't need a ride on Laz's mom?
That's right.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. Over in design, Beezus.
The bees.
He's working on some offline crafting.
He's crafting offline? Remarkable.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
Remarkable.
see, what he's really doing is he's finding a way to macro the crafting, because he's like, his time sink is real.
That just goes to time sink is real. That's exactly what I was thinking. Is you have crafting offline, man, that's really bad for the time sink.
I know. It's like, jeez. No, not only that, but it's like you've got the GM speed hack for crafting as well. And when the devs are like, man, this sucks. And it's like, dude, you're using the GM speed hack. Mine's nowhere near that fast. It's like,
See, now I thought they could just make the materials, but they can't physically dupe or make the items. They actually have to go to the crafting tables to make the items, right? I didn't know there was a speed for that.
So when a GM, they can get the base materials out of a chest, and then they still go over to a crafting station, but there is a set GM crafting set crafting god mode option. Well, yeah, besides just setting god mode, you can also set the crafting god mode, which whenever you're trying to enchant weapons still is like normal and you still blow everything left and right. But yeah, so it's like when you're in the GM crafting god, or the GM crafting god mode, yeah, you end up like,
what was interesting,
your craft is no longer 7 seconds. It's like almost instantaneous, but you're still trying to do,
but it still takes forever.
It was interesting when I was at the offices there. I was watching Gix work in the developer hub, and they really have that thing set up just like a player would. They just have a bunch of trunks and chests lined up on walls.
I've been up there.
Okay, yeah, it's interesting because they say that somebody actually has to go in there and create the mats and drop them into the chests for them to use.
Absolutely.
And Gix was complaining because no one had done that in a while, so they're all kind of starting to run it.
So he had to do some of the work?
Yeah, somebody has to get in there and fill those things up.
They don't even know their cheat codes. So Seawolf, Seawolf is working on the Celestis Town Center and the Graph Gem Mine updates.
Woohoo!
So the first mine in the game is going to be updated again. Oh, how I miss!
This is an update. This is not an unclone. This is not a change, as far as I understand. Just
it's an update. It's because it's getting traps. Updates and traps tells me that Graph Gem's mine's getting some traps.
Nice.
Ooh, which means it's going to be pretty much redone. Damien, working on quest line linking and scene link planning. And trainers. Ooh. I wonder if for the scene link planning, if that's referring to the underground.
Well, I'm gonna say it's gotta be part of it.
It's probably gonna be the underground.
The underworld is supposed to be you're supposed to be able to go into the sewers here in Owl's Head and traverse throughout the world and pop up on the other side of the world through the underground eventually, without ever going onto the overland map.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you folks who don't know about the underground, there's a whole other world underneath this level.
It's always fun to play around in the murkier waters.
There's no grass on the field. We're playing in the mud.
That's right. And then Dan the Man. He's working on...
The man. Brennan.
The boring-ass Colossus loot. And the puzzle. And Celestis. Sanio working on names and conversation updates and bugs.
Bug.
Lum the Mad.
Lum the Mad.
Doing that Reddit Ask Me Anything, but they didn't even respond to the fun questions.
Actually, I gotta say, Lum had a couple pretty interesting answers.
Lum had some snarkiness to him. I mean, but at the same time, sometimes.
Come on now.
Well, we can have that discussion when we get to it. It's one where, it just becomes a little bit silly.
Justin tells a story about trying to give Lum a hug, and that's just,
I've gotten a hug from Lum. I don't know what her problem is. It was just one. It was weird.
I bet it was.
Then Sorcerer Steve was working on the Lunar Rift updates and playtesting. Over in tech, Bobby.
Little Bobby Thompson.
Working on audio bugs.
Bug.
Audio bugs.
Bug.
15 meters. 15 meters. Just remember.
You mean the one where List said he could hear somebody playing, but he couldn't see anybody playing? Or the one where the two other songs I tried to play wouldn't play? Or the fact that now both of these guys are playing and I still can't hear anything?
They're playing on the piano.
And I still can't hear anything.
Wait.
What?
Oh, wait. Justin just messaged me with just wow, and I guess that's a response to the she couldn't get a hug from Lum, but I did. It's like, what the hell is she responding
I didn't
to?
say she couldn't get a hug. I said she tells this story about getting a hug. I didn't say she didn't get a hug. Don't be putting words in my mouth now.
Hey, do you still have a copy of the fucking Lum video?
I'm sure I do.
Are you sure about that?
I think we also have a little soundbite loaded up too. I'd have to look at the list up.
Hold on. Oh, damn, that's too big.
Too big.
That's
yeah.
what she said.
That's what she said. Let's see. I know he's in there.
I had to watch. I had to watch the fucking Lum video.
Oh, hey, you can't do that.
What? I can't watch the fucking Lum video.
No, you can.
Okay, I did.
Moving right along.
Where am I at? Playtesting and metric support and traps. Eric is working on Quest NPCs. JY. Localizing validation and daily XP. Wizard Smoke. He's puff passing around the bugs.
Bug.
And localization validation and the rent user interface.
The rent user interface. I'm liking what I'm seeing here.
Is this like a New York hotel where they rent by the 15-minute segments?
Is they rent by the half hour? Yeah. 15 minutes, man.
Well, I only visit the high class parts of New York City whenever I go.
So so you only go to the quarter booths where it only stays open for 30 seconds at a time. That's what you're saying, right?
And actually, Justin wasn't just wowing my comment; she was just wowing your comment.
What? I just said she tells a story. Yeah.
No. I'll tell you later.
I'm sure I'll hear it later. There'll be a phone call. Trust me.
Yeah. You'll get yelled at this time.
Well,
then after that,
I'm still trying to make her bust out laughing in her, I haven't forgotten about that.
Oh, yeah. The sitting in the meeting part?
Yes,
yeah. Well, what are you doing with that pineapple there, Scrota?
I'm getting ready.
Oh, you're getting ready? Okay, then after that, the Deathbringer one and only. Still working on bugs.
Bug.
The Burning Toad.
The Burn. The original.
He's updating the build machine and testing rent and bugs.
Bug.
Tassela's refactoring the web store again and general business support.
Working on that business.
Our useless overhead group. NFG Andrea. Working on the forums.
Cleaning up them forums, that's right.
The Dippy Bird, working on the Reddit Ask Me Anything. Gorn, he's stretching out his red Speedo with the general business.
Working on the general business.
Barrick.
I thought Lord British wanted to be general business.
I know, it's always I mean, way too many people are trying to be general business.
They're just trying to get up the ranks there.
Yeah, then after that, Barrick was working on the Reddit Ask Me Anything. And then after that, Hutch was working on the Leeds meeting and general business and Jira management and art review. Poor British working on the Reddit Ask Me Anything.
Yeah, this doesn't seem to be working as intended. We're supposed to be trying to make her laugh, not the other way around.
No. I'm looking at my Facebook page because I posted the picture.
The nip pic?
Yeah. So we can bring that up in a couple minutes.
Commentary with that? I have to go see that now.
Yes. Yes, there is. And then after that, Chaos is working on the Release 43 database offers and Jira management and IT and Office administration. Serafina working on the Reddit Ask Me Anything. And last but not least, the Dark Star was also working on the Reddit Ask Me Anything. And that's what our devs said they were working on yesterday.
So now these guys are playing and the music's blown out. Jeez.
Well, they're playing together. And it's classical music. I mean, it's not my fault that they're having a field day.
1 second I can't hear anything, and then the next minute, the music has come up in the background over the top of us, and nothing's changed audio-wise except what they're playing.
That's why I make sure that, like, for my background music, it's only like a little over a third for the volume. So even if it blows everything out, it doesn't blow you out and it doesn't blow me out.
Blow me out?
So that way, so that way your volume is higher. Because if you see me getting high, yeah. What was that song? Higher Ground? No. Higher Ground. The Red Hot Chili Peppers. If you see me getting high, knock me down. Yeah. Was that before or after the guy died from the heroin overdose? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Okay, so yeah. I think it was before the guy died from his heroin overdose. But let's see, what else do we have? Do you want to go over the Seed Invest Digital Demo Day?
The Seed, yeah, I still haven't looked that up. I know you said you put it.
Okay, I'll give you time, and while you're doing that, I'm going to go read my Facebook page some more. So Facebook.com.
Yeah, it's not it took long. You could have just told me it was on the main page. I always have the main page loaded, for crying out loud.
Yep. If you want to add me on Facebook, you can do that by going to facebook.com/Cynicist. Just add me, and I'll probably click yes.
Probably click yes.
Yep.
No guarantee.
Wait, I have to make sure this Mega Man was a chick. Isn't that right? Mega Man was actually a chick if you actually made it all the way to the end of the game?
Are you talking about Metroid?
Oh, damn. That's
Metroid. Said Metroid.
Damn. Don't make me hurt you. Because I will.
Sideria said turn in your geek card.
Seriously?
Hey. So the first version of Doom
painting.
The first version of Doom that I actually owned was version .666.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know. I should go open up my old cases of
the
5 1/4 floppy disks and see what I've still got in there. Now.
Well, I wish I still had all. I used to have like Zork, Ultima 1, Ultima 2, Ultima 3.
Now, again, I was talking to my old man the other day, and I was telling him about some of the things we're working on and going up to Dragon Con. And, my father's a big comic book fan as well. So big fan of Stan Lee. And again, I tell the story about Stan Lee, which is, I met Stan back in the 1970s. When he wasn't happy to meet
when he was broke.
Be there. Yeah, when he was a nobody.
When he was broke.
But
well, during the 60s, he was actually well off. I mean, during the 70s, and early 80s, you had the glut in the comics book industry.
There was a lot of stuff going on there, industrial espionage and all that going on. But anyway, long story short, I'd mentioned that Stan Lee goes to Dragon Con every year, and I says, somebody told me that they were going to go this year because Stan's not getting any younger, and they wanted to meet him. And he says, I says, well, Richard, is always there too. He says, oh, is that why you keep, you go to Dragon Con? I said, well, yeah, it's not just, video games, comics, it's movies, it's TV. He says, you know what?
It's a little bit of everything.
But he goes, yeah. You know what? I probably still have the original Ultimas for the Atari, Ultima 1 and 2, sitting up in the attic. And I says, are you shitting me? I says, will you go up and get those things down? If you don't get them to me and get them in my hands. I says, or even better. I says, why don't we go to Dragon Con? I says, you bring them along and have them sign your own personal copies and you can put them back in the attic. Or we can break out the old Atari and set it up and play the old games. But anyway, I was going to see if he can actually get those broken out. Because, again, it goes a lot deeper than just me. My old man, who is 73 this year, actually still a big video gamer, even though I was the one who got him into it. 73 years young, and he's still playing his video games, too, so...
Hey, I went from the Intellivision, or actually I went from the Pong machine to the Intellivision with the thumb blisters. Do you remember those? Oh crap, the Intellivision thumb was much worse than the Nintendo thumb. Nintendo thumb, you actually had a little bit of separation, but the Intellivision thumb, because that gold disc, it would get so worn out. Yeah, that's...
Anyway, back on to Seed Invest Digital.
So you're finally ready for it? Since Laz is finally ready for it, we can talk about the Seed Invest is having a digital demo day where they have a bunch of companies turn around and talk about their crowdfunding efforts, as well as a Q&A afterwards, along with a chance to win prizes. That's going to begin 2 p.m. Eastern until about 5 o'clock Eastern time. It appears each company is given about 15 minutes to talk about their crowdsourcing efforts and what's going on. And the last one to go is going to actually be Portalarium. And so you can find out about a bunch of other Seed Invest campaigns if you're interested in investing in any of those. And you can probably learn a little bit more about Seed Invest.
Yes. Now, if you have any questions about that, all questions should be directed to the Seed Invest website, where they're allowed to answer those questions. They're not allowed to answer those questions outside that forum. So if you got questions, they've got answers, but you got to go on over there to get them.
Did Lift Craft? Oh no, he was hiding at the piano. Yes, now he's cheering. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, so that is good. I'm glad we got that taken care of. Only took the last 30 minutes to get to the page.
That page was up, crying out loud. You're killing me over here.
Don't know what you're talking about.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
Don't know what you are talking about.
How about some AMA questions?
Don't know what you're talking about. What is AMA?
I don't know. Ask me anything.
Are you sure about that? Why is the sky blue?
The check's in the mail.
Why is the sky blue?
Refraction.
No. The sky isn't blue.
Sideria said, do you wipe forward or backward?
Depends which way is forward,
Sideways.
which way is backwards.
That's right.
It's like
I'm not going there.
which way is forwards? I'm very confused.
I'm so confused.
Cidery is said towards the nuts.
Towards the nads.
Oh, wait. Am I supposed to wipe towards the nuts or away from the nuts?
That's usually only a problem associated with females, as far as I understand. But that's just
Because you don't want it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, I'm not exactly smearing it on my nuts.
But
Okay, so you ask me anything. I can't breathe.
Let's see that.
Hold on, I gotta check my nipples. The glass cutters are somewhat out.
Got the glass cutters are okay. Is it cold
Stop
over there? You got the
objectifying me.
AC turned up, Jack? I don't know.
No, dude, if I took off my shirt and showed you the back of it, you would see like 3/4 of it covered in sweat.
Oh yeah, well, I know that.
It's
The
probably like
sweat is
85 in
real.
this room right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ball sweat is real. It's like, if you see me leaning forward occasionally, it's trying to like get sweat away from my ass crack. I can feel it trickling
Is it
down.
dripping
it's not
right
pleasant.
on down, just driving you crazy as it's slowly
Yeah,
works its way
yeah.
down the crack.
Yeah, something like that. And now I'm going to get the message, ew, or something like that.
I'm surprised the wipe question didn't spur that, but that's
that?
another. Yeah.
What?
Where's
Nothing. Never mind. Moving right along. Moo cow, please.
Not even. Let's see.
Hey,
As a
any
question
questions?
from Ultima Online History, do you think players would have been initially interested in Ultima Online if rares and homes were sold for real money in an add-on store? And there are plenty of rares and homes that are in the Shroud that are not in the add-on store. They are in the game to be found, purchased, or crafted according to Star. I wouldn't call those rares then. I got the ooh swamp ass text. Fine. There's a reason there's like 2 showers a day. Yeah.
Now, how are we doing this?
I really don't like this answer from Star because
Okay, well, what are you reading? Because right now, are we starting at the top or?
did you really want to start off with? I just realized I forgot to introduce myself.
Well, I just want to know where you are because
Oh wait, sorted by best. I need to go.
Yeah,
Sorted by
thank you.
old.
There's a sort there, so I want to know how.
Sorted by old.
Sorted by old.
Uh,
Thank you. That's why I
yeah.
wanted to know how we're doing this. Thank you very much.
Okay, so Astrobia started off with, could you list what you think the largest concerns of the fans are at this point? This would demonstrate awareness of said concerns and alleviate them. Lum's take is pretty simple. Soda needs to be finished. All content that was promised is in. Story is in, polished, interesting, and fun. It needs to be fun, less grind, more interesting things to do, finished and polished story content, and challenging things for solo, single players, and groups. And the client needs to be reliable and have good performance on a wide variety of machines. And there's a great many concerns by various people above and beyond, but I think those are the ones that most people are concerned about.
Yes. Now, of course, Chris addresses that in yesterday's Tech Talk Tuesday. That, of course, the variables for machines and they actually have to build around these variables. It's not like just build a game and this is the minimum spec. No, they've got to actually figure out is it going to run on the AMD with this graphic card? Is it going to run on the Intel with that graphics card? What's the minimum? I mean, they got to go through all that and find out, So it's not just a simple cut and dry, make it and put it out there.
Will the game run reliably on my laptop?
Yes.
My Yoga 2 Pro that's 4 or 5 years old?
I don't know.
That's out of disk space?
Oh, well.
Yeah. Yep. Ravenos wants to know what specific steps are being taken to achieve those goals that they can share far and wide. Lum says, go read the damn stand-up corner. Although he doesn't say it that way. It's like, we post what we're doing every single day. You can read it.
Lunch with Laz and Jack is what he really should have told them.
Yeah, that's what he should have said, so that way you can find out what the devs are doing. And then Star also regularly posts roadmaps every quarter. Astrobia says it's a pretty good baseline for any game. Yes, not all games meet the minimum by launch, but there are more competing products than ever before to emphasize the importance of doing so. That said, it doesn't really answer post-launch concerns or anything what makes Soda unique and stand out from the plethora of other games. Launch will be when the game will be reviews judge generated, so Soda should be pretty robust by then and, of course, fun. What? That doesn't make sense. Sorry, Lord.
Lord Darkmoon, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is, of course, we probably want Lum's answer down at the bottom there.
Okay, so Lord Darkmoon does say that playing a bit and reading walkthroughs, most of the quests just revolve around finding an NPC and talking to him and her. Sorry, but this is not very fun, interesting, or varied. Is this really what most of the quests are about in Shroud of the Avatar? Just finding and talking to NPCs. And Lum's response is, he wants to make things more interactive. They will be adding some combat steps through various parts of the plot. Richard is spearheading a lot of that work. And the Path of the Oracle that they're making on this quarter has significantly more puzzle-style elements. We'll see when we get to it.
Yes.
But in order to get to that puzzle, you still have to be directed to it. So
now, of course, at the end of the puzzle, you know it's going to be there, right? That NPC.
An NPC to talk to. That's right. Well, see, I think Lord Darkmoon, and I'm going to actually have to do this as a stream one night, and I've been contemplating this, but I need to redesign some graphics for my stream so I can get rid of some shit graphics that I have currently. But one of the things I was going to talk about is different playstyles. The person that reads everything versus the person that goes click, click, click with never actually reading anything. And then looking back at the journal, okay, what am I supposed to do? And see how the playstyles vary. I don't know why you're looking up, because that's the way the last place.
I know what you're talking about. I wouldn't be click, click, click.
Yeah. It's like click, 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 click. I just want to be done with this dialogue.
What did that guy say? Don't go into that dungeon?
Yeah, so that's something where it's like there's different styles of play, and it's one where it's like, yeah, you just have to experiment with it and see what's going on. And then Astrobia says, wants to know whether or not the gold seed invest pledge rewards are going to be in offline single player mode, and because they're being built into the game client, yeah.
And of course, yes, everything that is available in the online will be available in offline. So you can even own a castle, even if you haven't bought a $10,000 account. Offline mode, it will be possible to get a castle. Not cheap, but it'll be possible.
100 million. Stroby actually has a really interesting question, and that's really relevant to a lot of people. Are international servers coming soon? Any idea, and how soon? The 800 millisecond response time when playing with another Australian is a bit troublesome. Now, Chris's response, we've designed the text that we can have game servers in other countries but leave the primary server in its current location. This would eliminate the latency for all time-sensitive actions like landing a heal before the server thinks someone dies. The only latency remaining should be in transactions involving the creation of war items. This has been planned for, but we do not plan on rolling it out until post-launch when we see where our player bases are located. I think that might be a mistake on Chris's part.
How so?
Well, I know of at least a dozen Australian players right now. What about you?
Yeah. But we don't have a bulk of the players showing in the United States or Canada or Australia or the UK or the Philippines or China. When the bulk comes in, when we open up, they got to see where the load is and then put a server where the load is. That makes sense.
Well, the other thing is, how do you plan on troubleshooting that design if you don't test it?
Again,
wouldn't it be better to test that now? Because right now it's just a theory.
Let's just ask ourselves a question.
How much money is that going to cost?
What has been tested more than a week or two before being added into the game, i.e., going on a test server?
That's not the same thing, because
no?
If you're talking about the load balancing versus the international servers, you also have to test that server farm. And they're not sitting there and saying, okay, this time we're going to be playing with, or the server farm's going to be somewhere in Australia, and people are going to be playing there.
You may want to tune into chat over here.
Which chat?
And the one where Lord British is chiming in.
What? Where? Oh, okay.
Scroll up.
Yeah, scroll up.
I guess.
Yeah. Oh, Lord British is dealing with the text-to-speech.
Yep,
hilarious.
He's smiling.
Anyway, welcome
I don't see
to
an
the
answer.
show today.
Hi, Lord British. Yeah, but I think the server farm that they probably will want to roll those out a little bit closer, not after launch, but prior to launch, so that way they can troubleshoot issues.
That the deal with Black Sun had something to do with that. I mean, that would be something you would think.
That's only for Russia and certain Baltic states
and China,
but I don't think that includes China.
Black Sun does China.
I don't think so.
If you read Black Sun, you go do your research on Black Sun.
It was Baltic states on the Portal Lane page,
I understand that. That's the deal they signed right now. But Black Sun also deals in China. That deal hasn't been signed yet. Hello. At least that's the way I'm seeing it. But anyway. But Black Sun operates in China.
So China hasn't been signed yet.
But Black Sun operates in China.
So
I'm guessing that that's a precursor getting that already. That's just a guess on my part.
And so Justin just said that right now being in a party with an Aussie is like a nightmare, waiting on them to load into zones, kind of like being in a party with Led Zepp. With Laz, waiting for him to res. What? Yeah. Yes. Brownco Jason wants to know, one of your pet projects was the creation of a complex food system where calories, fat, and salt would affect deck strength and intelligence differently. He forgot the alcohol. How do you feel that current system illustrates this, and how much tweaking do you intend to make going forward?
Hold on. I got to
And
do
then-
this for somebody.
You got to do
I
what?
wish it was an Oscar Mayer wiener. You mean that kind of song?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sid was telling him about the sound effects, so I just...
Yeah.
Figured
And
I'd
everybody's
throw
got
that
control of the sound effects. Everybody's got control of the sound effects. Lord British could type in .fart if he wanted
He
to.
could, that's right. Moving
And
right
now
along.
Lord
We only
British is
got a
gonna type
couple
in
minutes
.fart
left
and hit
before we're
enter.
going to have to break away from this here. So let's go ahead and
Yeah.
let's go ahead and pick one more.
Richard did respond that the original plan was to throw up when over-consuming, and they do limit various categories, individual foods, boss. But most of the team was not keen on the throw up when full, and future tweaks will be expected, and feedback is still welcome.
Yes, now, of course, we do have those visuals, and I think I sort of like the idea, but I have a funny feeling that, you know,
I think it's extremely tech-heavy.
I'm going to be quaffing that potion at a time when I need it the most, and I'm going to be needing that helter focus, and all of a sudden it's going to be too much, and I'm going to stop and upchuck, and I'm going to get eaten by the dragon. You know, I can understand that problem.
You have to remember, the thing about the potions was every potion contains alcohol.
Yes.
And so if you imbibe too many of them, yes, you're also going to start getting woozy, the world's supposed to spin, and you're supposed to throw up.
Yes.
I think that's hilarious. But at the same time, I also think that's a lot of tech, and it adds a lot of extra complications that may have some unintended consequences.
Now, a couple of comments real quick coming out of the Twitch chat, of course. Frost Shock saying, yeah, Themo Lock kind of left the game because of the lag for a while, and now, everybody who knows who Themo Lock is, this guy was an animal out there. I mean, you see these guys out there kicking ass and taking names. Well, Themo Lock made these guys look like amateurs. And that was with the lag. And then Lord Ravenos is commenting that his question was intended to invoke a response from everyone to see. And Lum did admirably answering his question. So
yeah, well, I mean, it's that's one where the questing does need work, is because they do have to pay attention to the I read everything kind of character to the I click on everything and don't read any of it to the I just want to go out and kill things, and so they have to accommodate multiple play styles and try to make the quest engaging. And sometimes it's really hard to write a quest because the language is not natural. It's not an actual conversation you're having, and a lot of things are lost in translation. Like the new scenes, they refer to the encampment. The outskirts. They refer to the encampment as the. I forget what the actual term is. Starts with a. It's like. I can't remember what the actual term is, but instead of saying the encampment, they use a different term.
Refugee
and
camp?
it's one. No. They don't use camp at all or encampment.
It'll come to you as soon as we finish.
Yeah, it will come. It will come after.
It'll come after. Yeah.
Yep.
The
bivouac. Yes, the bivouac.
And
that's where everybody's at. It's like, go to the bivouac. It's like, what the hell is that?
You mean down near the cistern?
Yes. It's like, what's a cistern?
That nobody knows about?
Suck. Yeah. I mean, that massive thing that catches water. Yes. Are you ever going to do the calendar today?
I'm ready for it whenever you are.
You sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
PvP-ness.
there is no script. There is no time frame. We're only, about 8 minutes, 10 minutes past the usual calendar time. Not like there's a schedule or anything like that on this here.
Not at all. Hey, community calendar available on NBNN.info. Just click on the calendar button. Don't forget all times on our Central Standard Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as New Britannia time. Don't forget, it's a community calendar. If you need to add your events to it, you need to contact Laz and make sure that it's a Google public calendar. And all those interesting pictures are supposed to be emailed to nudes@nbnn.info for the calendar that shall be coming out at the end of the year. Today at 12 and 6 around the clock, two idiots interpret the news so you don't have to on a show called Lunch with Laz and Jack. Today at 4 o'clock on Avatars Radio, Max Now and Algarian Dakali do their Legion of Myth show where they cover all kinds of weird things. At 7 o'clock, NBNN's Wayne Klotz is going to be covering the EVL's Virtue League PvP tournament out in the town of Virtual Oasis. Don't forget that will be streamed live on twitch.tv/NBNN News. Fights begin promptly at 7:30. If that's not your thing and you'd much rather
penis with a proper PvP penis.
Listen to WRFB. You've got the 70s at 7. At 8 o'clock on Avatars Radio, DJ Squirrels Biting Through the Wires at 8 o'clock on WRFB. You're going to get your ear holes gently massaged by DJ Dr. Eclipse Maiden. And she goes through probing a little bit of everything. All orifice shall be thoroughly probed on unmedicated schizophrenia, part un.
Part un.
Un, not do.
Yeah, tomorrow's part 2. That's right.
8 o'clock in-game, Striker Sparhawk, Scotty's Happy Hour, because it is...
That's a typo.
Otherwise known as...
Read the second one, I believe, is also happening at 8 o'clock. Striker Sparhawk's Happy Hour is part of the Just One Life campaign tonight, and they are doing their thing as a event for Just One Life tonight out at Sparhawk's Happy Hour.
It's going to be it's going to be out in Diamond Fields this week.
Correct.
So don't forget. Go hang out. Yes, and get virtually drunk on someone else's dime.
Gold.
Final event of the evening is going to be on WRFB.
Radio.
And that's the Record Room.
Yes, don't forget to check out the One Life events happening throughout the world this month only right now. The Just One Life is supporting the Erie Fund and the Trevor Project. If we can just save one life, that'll be worth donations in the time. Check out all the events. You can go down to eriefund.org, get the latest updates on what's going on there. This weekend coming up, is it this weekend or is it next weekend?
This weekend.
This weekend is the 48-hour live stream with Arius in the saddle bringing that up. And Thex, you want to give the good folks a quick once-over on that? Just a quick minute.
Sure. We have a big 48-hour streamathon going on this week where we're going to have, close to a dozen different streamers passing the baton over a 48-hour period mostly playing Shroud of the Avatar and supporting the Just One Life cause, the suicide prevention for LGBTQ youth charity, the Trevor Project. Arius has done a great job. He's recruited a lot of top Shroud of the Avatar streamers and some that are not primarily Shroud, but they're going to be playing Shroud this weekend. So we have a full schedule posted on the forums. You can check out our Make a Difference forum, which is a new forum on the general forums.
There's a new forum on the forums. That's right.
New forums on the forums. And we're going to be posting a schedule there. We have some of that information already up, and as well as some prize offerings and some other things we're going to be doing over the weekend. So this is kind of our big grand finale for this initiative. So we hope everybody comes and has fun with us, enjoys. I know NBNN is going to be involved in that as well.
Absolutely. We're going to be, of course, sponsoring and hosting that. Most of the streamers will be streaming on NBNN. Some will be doing dual streams. Others will be here streaming on our stream. And, of course, if we can't get them to do that, they don't have the know-how, we will host them during their time. But most of that is going to be seen right here on NBNN. And, of course, there's going to be prizes and giveaways throughout the 48-hour stream, so stay tuned for more. We'll have more tomorrow and Friday and for those and get you guys updates as to what's going on. And, again, you can go out to the Shroud of the Avatar forums. The Make a Difference category is out there, and you will see the Airy Fund in full swing taking over that area and trying to make a difference here in Shroud of the Avatar and in your world. Helping all sorts of different causes out there. Of course,
if you want some help finding the Make a Difference forum, there is an announcement in the general discussion area. If you click on that, I posted, it's pinned at the top. It'll take you right to our new forum area inside.
Absolutely,
the Make a Difference. So.
And again, more information forthcoming over the next couple days here. We will keep you up on the latest. And with that, we're just going to say thank you to our sponsors and, of course, good folks over at Shroud Marketplace, shroudmarketplace.com, for all your virtual vendable needs. Jack, real quick.
Yeah, Shroud Marketplace is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. Don't forget, anything and everything Shroud of the Avatar related is sold by different vendors. Each vendor is a different player of the game. If you're interested in selling your stuff on Shroud Marketplace, you can just click on register an account, then click on vendor registration on the left-hand side, and you can start listing your stuff just like other people have.
That's right.
Accounts, all the way to game gold, all the way to coins of the crowns of the obsidian, all the way to services. Anything and everything game related, as long as it does not violate the terms of service, can be bought or sold on Shroud of the Avatar. I do know that yesterday someone actually bought an account off Shroud Marketplace.
Yes, they did.
Today, it's like all kinds of stuff is going up. As long as people are willing to put it up for sale, someone's willing to buy it.
That's
Shroud
right.
Marketplace. The
And
place
of
to go
course,
buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related.
that means we got to say thank you to you guys and wrap it up for
To the most important people around here. That's you guys.
That's you guys.
Watching on Twitch, YouTube, or listening on WRFP.
WRF.
I hate talking fast. I actually do.
Yeah.
I am mostly redneck, where we talk very slowly.
Talk very slowly. Anyway, we got to wrap it up for today and get out of here. We'll be back with more news, sports, entertainment, crazy wild happenings, the latest hijinks and shenanigans right here on NBNN, on WRFB, on Avatar's TV. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out tomorrow. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. And we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye. Remember, if it doesn't say Micro Machines, it's not the real. What? You don't remember that commercial?
My brother spent so much on Micro Machines through auctions. It's ridiculous.
Why the